and thanks for joining us. It's the World News and this is Rstv Television. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. Welcome to the World News. My name is Obelebara Parker. The administrator of Rivers State, Vice Admiral, retired Iboge Tabas, has appealed to the Nigerian Senate to provide the requisite legislative backing to enable his administration achieve lined-up programs. Vice Admiral retired Evas made the appeal when he received the Senate Committee on Works, led by its chairman, Senator Bernarda Mbigi, on a courtesy visit to the Government House in Port Harcourt. Members of the Senate Committee on Works were accompanied by a delegation of Julius Berger Nigeria PLC. They were in the States to carry out oversight of some ongoing federal projects in the state. River State Administrator Vice Admiral retired Iboge Tabas said the process of preparing a new budget for the state is being concluded. Now, in a bid to encourage women participation in politics and foster good governance in Nigeria, the League of Women Voters of Nigeria, also called NILON, in partnership with the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ River State Chapter, embarked on advocacy visitation to seek partnership with the University of Port Harcourt Women Association, led by the wife of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Udeme Unare Georgewell, and the traditional ruler of Elelemo, Eze Eto of Elelemo, Eze Sani Welichuku. During the visits, the chairperson, NILO, Dr. Ruth Davis Ibiamo, stated that the purpose of the visit was to seek their partnership as well as create awareness so they can reposition themselves and be willing to contest for any position of choice without fear. Mrs. Ibiamo said that NILO's visit is to empower the women into leadership positions economically and politically, but needed them to come out boldly to indicate interest. According to her, NILO is an offshoot of the Beijing Declaration that aims to ensure more women gain more seats in leadership positions. Also speaking, the NAWOJ chairperson River State Chapter, Mrs. Susan Sereka Winkana, stated that there was need for women to be more intentional and readily available if they really want to be in politics, citing the Namibia scenario where the president and vice president are women. Sereka Winkana emphasized that over the years, NAWOJ Rivers had been advocating for the educational training of more women and affirmed that education is the bedrock of every society and training a woman is training a nation. She stressed on the core role of NAWOJ as a gender setters and stated that such is capable of projecting women to the limelight to be politically empowered so that the 35% affirmative action that NAWOJ has been clamoring for over the years can be actualized. In separate reactions, wife of the Vice Chancellor, Uniport, Professor Udeme Georgewell, accepted to partner with NILO and NAWOJ River State Chapter, but expressed fears that women were enemies to themselves as they do not like their fellow women to be in positions of power. She added that it would take only the grace of God for political women groups such as NILO and NAWOJ to achieve the 35% affirmative action in Nigeria. On his part, the Ezelelamo Eto, Paramount Ruler of Elelamo, Eze Sani Welichuku, while promising to partner with NILO and NAWOJ River State, also appealed that the groups organize some skills acquisition programs to help the women to be economically empowered. Ezechuku added that he would work towards gathering the women of his community together so that NILO and NAWOJ could come and sensitize them on the need for preparation. To the national scene now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the appointment of Mr. Ayo Shotimi as the new Managing Director of the Bank of Agriculture with immediate effect. Mr. Shotimi, a seasoned executive with a rich blend of experience in both private and public sectors, is expected to spearhead the transformation of the institution as part of the administration's broader strategy to revitalize Nigeria's agricultural sector. In a statement issued on Friday by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the President expressed confidence in the new appointee's capacity to reposition the Bank of Agriculture as a key driver of food security, agricultural innovation, and rural development. Prior to his appointment, Mr. Sotirin served as Group Chief Executive Officer of SAO Group, where he led major agribusiness ventures, including a 20,000-hectare oil palm plantation and large-scale operations in poultry, agriculture, maize, and cassava in Ondo State. His appointment is seen as a strategic step in President Bola Tinubu's direct plan to harness agriculture as a cornerstone of Nigeria's economic diversification and rural empowerment agenda. You're watching news coming from the studios of Rstv Television. Do you love and care about Rstv State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. Coming up on the news, court impeaches South Korea's president. And in sports, 2 Nigerians make referees lists at Under 20 Cup of Nations. We'll bring you all of these and more after the break. Stay with us.
Awesome wonder and mighty ruler, the King of all the earth.
I have said this, and I'm going to say it. My vision is not to buy private jets. My vision is not to drive the most expensive car. My vision is not to use the money of God to build expensive school that the members that contributed cannot attend. My vision is to use the resources of God, prepare people for heaven. My vision is to look for the lost souls, look for the prostitutes, look for the armed robbers, look for the killers, look for the assassins, use the resources of God and rehabilitate them and prepare them for heaven. My vision is to look for children that cannot go to school, children that are roaming on the street. Use the resources of God, take them to a school, then that they can go to school and become better people tomorrow. That is my vision.
OPS, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
If they're ahead,
Full of nourishment and vitality. Is good for me, good for you.
Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Shout my team fresh now, but you know I beg no be slow. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, it's your time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up and shine your smile. No more cover mouth. Because we Colgate, that will do ya down with your smile.
You show me love, no matter what I do. You love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you. You show me love. You show me love.
A mother's timeless love shines through and remains unconditional. Show some love to mom.
Last year we played Abuja, our first game. We suffered a defeat by 27 points. The captain of the team, that's Dikiocha Uchechi, she had that fighting spirit. She told the whole team that they were going to win this championship, and that was exactly what happened.
Is somebody that have passion, that really want to play with our teammates.
All about it, chocolate. It has great taste.
if they're ahead,
Full of nourishment and vitality. It is good for me, good for you. You show me love, no matter what I do. You love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you. You show me love.
A mother's timeless love shines through and remains unconditional. Show some love to mom.
This girl and many more children like her will never forget today. They felt grit. They felt determination. They felt the power of sport. Throughout this year, 7.5 million children across Nigeria will feel the same power through Milo. But we won't stop there. Next year, we'll reach even more schools, more communities.
All about it, all about it, chocolate. It has great taste.
If they ahead.
Full of nourishment and vitality. Great tasty, protein is good for me, good for you.
Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Shout my teeth fresh now, but you know, I beg no be slow. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, it's your time to brush. Wow.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Time now for more news. Nigeria's Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has threatened to suspend or fine international carriers that sell tickets to passengers, airlift them halfway to their destinations, and deport them to Nigeria. NCAA gave the warning in a statement signed by the Director, Consumer Protection and Public Affairs, Michael Achimugu. Achimugu said the agency received several complaints about the refusal of boarding or entering at intermediate transit stops to some Nigerians due to the visa travel restrictions. It said the act was causing significant distress to passengers and tarnishing the image and reputation of the aviation industry in Nigeria. NCAA stressed that it is the responsibility of airlines to inform passengers about any potential barriers to their admissibility at their destinations before commencement of their travel. From South Korea, we got this report that its president has been removed from office after the Constitutional Court voted unanimously to uphold his impeachment. Yoon Suk-yeol was suspended from duty in December after being impeached by Parliament following his failed attempts to impose marital or martial law. The ruling on Friday was met with tears of joy and sadness among Yoon's critics and supporters who had gathered in various parts of Seoul to watch the verdict live. A snap election to vote for Yoon's replacement must be held by 3rd of June. And now sports news. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commended the Niger Delta Development Commission for organizing the Niger Delta Sports Festival, which could promote peace and youth development. The president described the festival as the first of its kind, stating that it will harness the youth's potential and promote unity and community development in the Niger Delta region. Tinubu, who was represented by the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, spoke at the opening ceremony of the maiden edition of the Niger Delta Sports Festival in Uyo, the capital of Akwa Ibom State. He noted that the competition would boost grassroots sports development and complement the federal government's structural reforms in the sports sector through the National Sports Commission. The president, who observed that the NDDC's foresight would create room for more participation and interest in sports among state governments in the region, also commended the Akwa Ibom State government for its continued support for the promotion and development of sports in the country. Still talking sports, the Confederation of African Football, also known as CAF, has named 2 Nigerian referees for the 2025 Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations. Aminu Shamtali Shuaibu and Muhammadu Yakubu are among the 14 referees selected for the competition. CAF also picked 15 assistant referees 10 video assistant referees, and 3 assessors. The continent's soccer ruling body announced Egypt as new host of the competition last week, following Côte d'Ivoire's withdrawal. The biennial tournament will run from Sunday, the 27th of April, to Sunday, the 18th of May. Nigeria's Flying Eagles are drawn in Group B with Egypt, Morocco, and South Africa. Awarded scholarships to SSS3 students of their alma mater. Correspondent Melvin Jackson reports that a total of 60 students actually benefited. The report.
Addressing the students, President of the ACMGS Old Girls Alumni Association of North America, Deborah Abbey, represented by Dr. Gloria Ngofa, advised the students to always aspire to be best.
We want to empower the girl child so that they can get into positions of authority, making decisions and all of that. So we want to raise leaders, we want to be able to encourage them to become the leaders that will go out there in the world tomorrow and make a change, make positive change all around. And to give back to this great school that raised us.
Principal of the school, Mrs. Chiere Ushena Odu, PhD, thanked the Alumni Association for their love and consistency and prayed God to replenish their purse, adding that their philanthropy had greatly impacted the school.
And the consistency has gone a long way to impact in the children, such that a good number of the other sets of just a few years ago have also begun to come back to the school, according to them, to say they want to give back to the school that made them. It has greatly impacted on the children. JAMB is a few weeks away, and right after that, WAEC and then NECO. I charge them today, following what the old girls have continued to do, that the goal before them is that they must seek to also become as influential, as purposeful as the old girls who have given this scheme to them.
Deputy Senior Prefect Shimelem Elewa and the Student of the Year Oluwabisola Adeniyi expressed gratitude for the scholarship, promising to excel in their forthcoming WASC and in life to also give back to the school someday.
That I didn't know that I learned in ACMGS, and the moral upbringing in ACMGS is very good, and I know that after my 6 years training here in ACMGS, there are mistakes that I would never even think to make when it comes to morals.
50,000 to 66 students. The way the country is, things are not like that, but they looked at it that yes, they were once old girls, and yes, our old girls are doing so many things. They look at it that being old girls, they have gone, they have come back again to give back to the school that gave to them. So I really want to appreciate them, thank them for everything they are doing. We're not the first set they are doing this. They said the 7th set they are giving it. Most time 50 something, 60 something number, 70 something number. But to the glory of God, another year has come, and I'm sure this set that is coming, they will still do the same thing for them. So I really want to thank them.
Earlier, Chairman of ACMGS Governing Board, Professor Chinelo Joy Ugu, a counseling psychologist, in her guest talk presented a paper titled Developing an Excellent Reading Culture, a Panacea for Examination Phobia and Failure. In her presentation, Professor Ugu advised students to prepare adequately for exams to avoid examination fever. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Time now to bow out. But before we go, let us ask you this question. Do you love and care about Baby State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. To end the news now, a recap of some of the major reports. Sole Administrator of River State, Vice Admiral, retired, Ibokete Ekwebas, has appealed to the Nigerian Senate to provide requisite legislative backing to enable his administration to achieve lined-up programs. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the appointment of Mr. Ayo Sotinri as the new Managing Director of the Bank of Agriculture with immediate effect. We had also reported that the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority has threatened to suspend every international carrier that sells tickets to passengers, airlifts them halfway to their destinations, deport them to Nigeria, adding that it is tarnishing the reputation of the aviation industry in the country. And that's it from the news desk. Thanks for watching.